I don't know what he was talking about. Hey, welcome into the company.
Singing ass.
I'm B. Lenny. This is the Izzo. That's Damn Sosa. And this is Rich. Welcome in. It is the July 15th episode of the company, episode number 100 and because I don't remember.
It's like 16 or 17. One or the other.
116, 117. Okay. Okie dokie. But welcome in. Hope you guys had an amazing week. Actually, midweek. I keep forgetting we changed the show to Wednesday. Almost forgot tonight.
Well then.
Yeah. So a lot going on. A lot not going on. We still dealing with the Rona. Or
what?
You called it the Rona.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
So we're still doing that.
That shit ain't
Apparently,
going away.
we're about to send all our kids back to school for 5 days in a row.
No, the fuck I ain't.
You are breaking the law, my friend.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I thought
the first time.
I thought South Carolina said that you had the option, like all schools had to open, but you had the option.
No, we got an email tonight from the whatever the
letter for the governor,
the district person, and,
superintendent.
Yeah, that person.
Yeah, that guy.
And, they got together and had a meeting after McMaster's daily whatever he tries to call it. And they said there's going to be a vote, a town hall meeting / vote type thing on the 21st. So we don't even know what we're going to do, but I like to think that our educators are smarter than our politicians.
In this area, they've been pretty much on point. I will give that to you. They've been on point here. They stay out of school. The wind blow hard. They out of school. So.
North Carolina has, I think the governor, he hasn't really said, he's given it the option to the districts, but he's basically said either you will open, traditionally, like it'll be a distribution of 50% in the school or go complete remote. But he's trying to have all the districts have those options. So he isn't really, I don't think he's of course he's more inclined to be like, nah, y'all don't go back yet. But at the same time, he's also like, there are people who don't want to get themselves back into school completely. So there's that too.
Okay. So still pretty much nobody really knows what the hell they're doing.
Nobody has any clue. That's
no clue.
I mean, we
throw shit against the wall, guys.
We have some time. There is some wiggle room right now. And if they do open it, if they do open schools, that doesn't mean, I think like Izzo just kind of mentioned, they don't have to fucking go to the school.
Right.
Fuck it. Put
I didn't
the
say
janitors
that.
to work if you fucking
That
want.
was Rich.
Or Rich. Somebody.
I was like, wait.
One of you motherfuckers said this.
Whoa.
Anyway, and I like that not all Republicans are stupid. I think that's important.
That is very important. I agree.
The governor of Mississippi put out some important news. You know how people are saying if we get numbers in big number, if we get COVID in big numbers, that'll help us with our immune system.
Oh, so the what do you call it?
Herd mentality.
Yeah, that's
herd immunity. Yeah,
herd immunity. There you go.
He's a numbers guy, and he said for us to reach just 40%, we would have to triple our worst day every day for a year. So he said there has to be 3,000 new cases every day for a year. You know what that would do to the hospitals?
Right.
So he's like, that's not a good option, and y'all need to think about that. So
shit.
And this is where healthcare comes into play.
Right. That's why we have experts.
Yeah. Yeah, because it kind of seems like the people who everybody's listening to are just kind of like lobbing softballs at a brick wall trying to see if anything breaks through.
I'd say more like a turd.
Governor. Dickhead.
We got a governor?
No,
Yeah, you
Florida.
do.
Well, yeah, that piece of shit. Too.
Florida doesn't have one either.
He has. What is he? Is he a preschool teacher? I think he's a preschool teacher.
Who?
Florida's governor.
Oh, I don't
Really?
know what he was.
Huh.
I don't want to sound toxic on the masculine side, but I don't know how I feel about a dude being a preschool teacher.
I said I was
Well, you do run into them people sometimes.
I feel
You
bad, but
find
that
out they
seems
forget,
weird.
you're like, you supposed to be teaching kids?
Y'all are silly.
I just said something stupid, but
We knew plenty of them. We were in school. I had a couple
But
of
not
teachers like, you supposed to
preschool.
be here.
Preschool be weird.
preschool
Yeah.
teacher all of a
Weird.
sudden governor.
Preschool is weird. I'm like,
That's elite.
you kind of want the nurture from a woman. I mean, everybody can raise a kid, yeah, but it's just different. I never saw a male preschool teacher.
You know what, man? And maybe did society do that list? Because I don't see what would be wrong. Technically,
Not technically, it's just be
What it
weird.
do,
That's all.
but
Nah,
I would honestly have an issue if I had like a daughter in preschool or early elementary, and she
I
had
can
like
see
a
that.
dude teacher.
I can see that.
Oh no, that's that's society. No, society has made that that a thing.
I don't know. Pedophilia has made that a thing.
Yeah, and it's like he could be the most decent dude. His daughter could be in the class, all that, but I still be like, why you around these kids?
These little kids.
Why you around these little kids?
Cause you tired of the fucking high schoolers.
Yeah, but when you talk to them, you know those high school junk is real, bro.
So at least you can stash them up real quick.
Man,
I honestly think that's why they throwing these kids back in. There was a couple of them real rich, well-to-do parents that was tired of their kids, and they're like, "Yo, if you pull these kids back in school, just for a little while,
man.
For a little while longer.
With preschool kids, you be like, take a nap.
you can
I
do that
had
with high
half.
school
I
kids.
had half days for my stuff, so
I never went.
yeah, we know you skipped
High
it.
school. Some high school.
No, dummy.
Damn, because
I'm sorry. Trigger word. I'm sorry.
I just want to be an ass. Damn,
Yeah,
he called you a dummy, nigga. You gonna let
I don't
that
even think you can help it.
I'm talking about like preschool. I didn't go to preschool or kindergarten.
Mm.
God damn. Okay,
Really?
Einstein.
No. I flunked second grade though. So
So you needed it. So
Don't
you
worry.
needed it.
Don't worry.
I
They
needed
didn't teach you anything in preschool that you needed in second grade. I promise you.
say what now?
They didn't teach you anything in preschool that you needed in second grade. So that was all your fault.
They did. Well, so I'm the dummy. Okay.
Honestly, preschool you should have got from your parents to be dead ass.
Yeah,
I didn't have because even
I didn't go to
kindergarten, like
preschool
my
either.
mom pretty much taught me all the shit in kindergarten. I thought kindergarten was a waste for
We're
me.
talking about
Yeah.
brand new immigrants. They didn't have time. They
Oh
were-
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a different
yeah.
circumstance. Sorry.
Yeah, Izzo, you ass. You don't think when you speak. Thinking about speaking when you think.
Speaking when you think.
We're gonna talk about our good buddy Nick Cannon real quick.
Oh, that's my buddy
And I know
now.
y'all came in waiting for us to talk about politics, but damn it, some things are more important right now.
Pour one out for the fallen.
Oh man, Nick Cannon. Yeah, we gotta pull one. I ain't pulling none of my shit out for Nick Cannon, but I
I
mean,
mean, I
y'all
agree.
can.
I got carpet, so nah, I'm good.
No.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, me too.
our good brother Nick Cannon has been in the industry for probably around 20, 25 years, somewhere around there.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Roughly.
All right. So he's made his I think he made his name being a host and being a on stage guy or whatever like that. So
He was
he
on
also-
all that right after we quit watching it.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on all that right after probably the time we probably got to
Wow.
late high school. We were watching it.
Mhm.
He was on all that, or like
and,
early
then,
college.
and then took it over. Now I'm not taking anything away from this dude. He's a
No.
genius.
Mhm.
I mean, he played the game like he was supposed to play the game, made millions out of it, and got Mariah Carey pregnant. That's the life we were trying to live when we was in middle school.
I ain't gonna front. I liked it when I was in elementary school. Not gonna lie.
I mean, his
Someday,
resume is
Mariah?
pretty sharp.
Someday that was my shit.
You said what?
His resume is pretty sharp.
His resume is amazing.
Are we talking about his work resume or his work resume?
No.
You know, yeah, all of us like.
I'll put in that work.
I'm talking about the body count.
I respect both of those resumes
Okay.
tremendously.
There you
So Nick
go.
Cannon decided to come on and have some in-depth conversation on his podcast.
With Professor Griff, is that right?
Yeah.
Formerly of Public Enemy.
Public.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm. I'm not gonna say things got heated, so because they didn't. But they got on the topic of race relations and all this good stuff, and Nick Cannon let a lot of things off his mind. A couple of things he said. He said that the Caucasian race were closely related to animals, and some more things
Closer.
closer related to animals. Blah 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 blah. So he's under fire. Well, he got fired from Viacom.
Yeah. Any
Viacom
Viacom product he was on. Yeah.
Yeah, any Viacom product. If anybody knows anything about Viacom, they own a lot of shit, like a lot of shit. So he pretty much got blackballed for his podcast views. And he's already been contacted by, I think, Oprah has said something to him.
In what capacity? To like talk to him or like have an interview?
Right.
She wants him to have a show on her channel.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's offered him a show.
Like after this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm unaware.
Yeah,
I was
happened today.
offline today. Okay.
All
All
this
this is
happened
news
today.
to me. Got you.
Yeah. And Diddy? Was it Diddy, right?
Yep. Did you?
Yeah, and Diddy offered
Oh,
him
sweet.
a show
Put on Revolt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, people are taking him in. So trying to figure out how to put this. Is there like a double standard going on here when you have the white folk, they'll say something and it'll be taken wrong, and then they'll get fired from whatever they're doing. If a person that owned a white company offered them a job, sticking up for them, would we take it the same way as we're taking Nick Cannon getting offered jobs?
Oh, you really flipped this.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't expect
Because I didn't know where you were going.
Yeah.
Oh, you flipped the fuck out of this.
Well, shit.
Well,
I am done for the night.
that is a very good question, Brian.
I mean, that's a so I know shit. All right, so here's the thing about this entire thing, right? Like, we know for a fact that if anybody who didn't look like us would have made those same comments, we would have asked for them to have been ethered with the same amount of speed, right?
Without prejudice.
On a guillotine, damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's several ways I feel about this, right? Because you got that, right? But on the other side of this, you also have this is like the moment that white people have been waiting for. It's like they were kind of like sitting in the back, about to, it's like they're about to get tagged in for double dutch, right? Like they were just, oh boy, and Nick can't figure it out, and then now we're where we are. So it's to answer your question, is it a double standard? In a way, I have to kind of say it is. And let me say it like this, right? It is in the fact that if anybody supports him afterwards, we would have, if let's say, for example, someone would have said those comments like for example, we'll take the president, for example, because he has an endless list of them, right?
Yeah.
If someone would have been like all on his side, they would have tried to down that business.
Yeah.
If that's the same case here, then if a person who doesn't agree with that same viewpoint then says, okay, Oprah, I don't want to deal with your network anymore, they have a right to do that as a consumer, because then I guess they're condoning those views. So, I mean,
I think we kind of owe it to civilization to treat this the same way that we would treat a non-black person who said those things.
Right.
We can't say we can't say, oh, because he's black and he's and everything that happened with the black culture, he can just go out and call white people animals like that on shows like that and think that there won't be a drawback, and then be mad when the consequences happen.
Mm-hmm. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what we've been saying for the last 3 months.
Right.
Yeah, because cancel culture has run rampant, but a lot of people deserve what the fuck they got, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Let me say
It's rough when like cancel culture, that's one of the new phrases we learned this year at the end of last year.
2020.
Is frustrating when people yell out, "Oh, cancel culture is getting rid of everything," when they start talking about things that we've been trying to accomplish. Things that we've been trying to stop society from pushing up, like the racism, the open and blatant racism from businesses to black people.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody says something, when somebody runs a black woman out of their store because they think she's stealing and she wasn't, and they still treat her like shit, of course we're gonna get that business closed down.
Right.
If that's what you want to call cancel culture, then so be it, but it's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Cancel culture should be something where people are being flaky and then just doing stuff to do stuff, doing stuff to be mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Not when it's actually trying to accomplish something.
Can I say something before I forget?
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
So one of the things he said with the whole Caucasian thing, the problem with minorities is we bunch, in his point of view, we bunch white people together. White people don't bunch white people together.
Right.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, I believe you.
When he said that, and then there was anti-Semitism comments. White,
Right.
Aryan, whatever, Anglos talk bad about Jewish people too. So then there's that. Now let me explain why Jewish people would be mad at what he said about we're the original Hebrews, yada yada.
Oh, that was anti-Semitism they were talking about.
Yeah,
Well, and I get that, and I don't know if I agree with it, but regardless, the fact of the matter is, no African Americans died in the Holocaust, and I think that's where they get mad at.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to put a number to it because I don't know, but I know it's in the millions died in the Holocaust in a 4-year period, maybe 5 or 6 year period, if I'm thinking right. That's a lot. Millions, and not 1 million, millions. So I think that's where their anger's coming from. Now, were they original Hebrews? I don't know. I didn't do the research. I've met one black Jewish dude in my life, and I know of another one who's Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know nobody else.
You met Sammy?
No, motherfucker. I said that's two.
He said who he knows of. He said he met
about Drake.
I can't ever.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
good, bro. Yeah.
But
So you hear me?
what'd you say?
I said, "Oh, you talking about Drake?"
Shut the fuck up.
Oh man.
But I think those two points is something that we really have to think about as minorities, because Anglos, they look at Italians like, oh, they're dark skinned. We don't fuck with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they look at Jewish people like, yeah, they're not us. They don't even believe in our God. Yada yada.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't want anybody watching this to get me wrong. I don't think. Let's see. Okay,
I don't have hate in my heart.
I love black folk. I love ethnicity. I love melanin and all that good stuff. I just think that to be a public figure like Nick Cannon was, it was irresponsible
Right.
to say what he said, because we're trying to do something different, and that didn't help.
No.
Not at all.
And I know there are some really, really educated brothers out there that have read books that I would never know even existed. that'll agree with Nick. Or maybe I'm just ignorant on the whole situation, but I just think it was irresponsible.
I have a point. I think it's just so counterproductive with everything going on just to go that route.
I was going to say.
Because for him, no matter how he feels, how long did you say he's probably been in the industry?
20, 25 years, something like that.
At the end of the day, it's hard for me to take a lot of those words that come out of his mouth when you've worked within the industry and became successful within the industry. You don't just do that by being the righteous brother. You have to shut the fuck up. Not saying now. He's had to probably bite his tongue and do a lot of things he probably didn't have to do to get there. So when you say that, it's like, not to say it's disingenuous. I don't know the word I'm looking for. It comes, not to say fake. I don't know. It comes off weird. It's like, dude, you had to do a lot of stuff. You probably had to be the token, and you knew you were the token, and you probably had to shit on other people to get where you are. And you accepted that role. So when you say that, I go, bro, I can't take that from you.
But, well, to that point.
Yeah, I want to be interjected on this. Yeah.
To that point, and everybody's like, get your bag. And of course, get your bag.
Which is fine. Get it.
Because, I mean, let's take Cap, for example. Cap didn't start talking that shit till, okay, I might not have a position secure, but I got my money secure. Correct. You know what I mean? Right. And that I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Let me get myself secure. Let me get myself straight. And then Jay-Z, for a big example.
Right.
He wasn't no activist in early 2000. He didn't give a fuck about that shit. I don't say he didn't give a, but he didn't talk about it.
But I still didn't see them saying like this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's what I mean. The activism doesn't bother me. It's just the inflammatory shit that he's saying is just kind of weird to do in that role.
It maybe
I don't knock it, but it's I don't agree with it, and I wouldn't say it. That's on you.
I don't. I'm just saying maybe he did feel like this all along, but now. But I'm like Brian said, I got 25 years in this bitch. I'm gonna start talking some shit.
Right.
Like I did. I can retire. I can walk away from the military tomorrow. So I've started saying some shit.
Well, I just say,
right.
So if we want these equal rights, you got to equal cancels are coming out right now.
At the same time, right.
Equal cancels are coming out as well.
When we're talking about equality, we're talking about equality for everybody. So that means if we want them canceled, you about to be canceled for saying some
Thank you. Like the guy off of what's the name of the show? Tucker Carlson, the writer, the head producer, writer got, and it's kind of like, even on that level, honestly, I didn't expect him to be fired. Yeah. I expected him just to be suspended with that network. They fired his ass. Tucker got.
You gotta understand there's people on the other side that's waiting. Chopping at the bit for us to fuck up. That's true. Every time we step over that line like Nick did, they gonna get
you. The inequality, another thing of the inequality comes in is we always have to be the bigger person.
Right.
I thought about that too this morning. Me and you agreed on a good point there. Yep.
All this shit.
We agreed on that.
One of our guys say something stupid, and now all of us got to deal with this shit.
Right, man. And that, see, and that's the other thing about this entire situation is that he made this comment, and now it's like, you know, there's this push to now say, cancel culture isn't working, so now we have to do something different. It's like, The reality of it is that Nick Cannon violated the first law of power, which is never outshine the master. And pretty much he got on his platform, he made a statement, and they showed like, okay, you're not quite there yet. So we have to take care of you. And that's really what it came down to. So because I was having a conversation with someone earlier today, and we were talking about why is it that other groups can say whatever they want, and like I guess in the term canceled, it doesn't happen in the same way. For example, take in case in point our president, who has said inflammatory comments to multiple groups and nothing happens. I said the difference is the fact that the dynamic of power is completely different. You know, he can say those things in that space because just by sheer nature of the I don't say power that it brings, but the power that he kind of holds in that space, he ain't got to worry about it. And it's the same thing here, is that keeping in mind, right, if he's got Oprah and Diddy coming to help him out, then he's going to be able to say the things he wants in that space. So, for example, right, Ice Cube, maybe like a week ago, said some similar conspiracy theory type stuff, right? But nobody's worried about canceling him. Why? Because Ice Cube does not have the same ties that Nick Cannon has to Viacom, right? Like from the onset. So he doesn't have to worry about what they're saying. He's not gonna have to worry about what this group is doing because he's got his own, like Sosa was saying, he's already set up. So he doesn't have to worry about that. So when we got this thing with Nick Cannon going, it's because the powers that be are like, well, we have to make an example out of you because financially it makes more sense for us to cut you off than to deal with you. So you don't have the power financially for us to be able to keep you going. So we got to cut you out.
And let's not fool ourselves. Nick Cannon got money.
Right.
He doesn't need Viacom.
No, he doesn't.
He can
not
say
at all.
all the ignorant shit he wants to, and he's going to be fine.
Even
if Oprah and Diddy don't pick him up, he'll be just fine. Just like Donald Sterling sold the fucking Clippers for $1.2 billion or some shit. He said something about black people. He'll be just fine. And 5 years later, he's just fine.
And I think that's what people are missing, or they're seeing it and they know that there's nothing you can do about it. These huge CEOs that lose their jobs over saying something racist or stealing money, you'll notice that they always say they're getting their pension. Or they're
not only that. It's not even
right.
It's not even that, Brian. It's like they have those pensions, but you have to remember they still have those connections. It's not like they fire you from a job and you die. Like we use the term cancel, like you disappear from the face of the earth. Nick Cannon still has all of his entertainment connections, and he still knows how to bring in money for these groups. Trust me, he's not going anywhere. If anyone thinks that this is the example of hitting a speed bump at 60, right? Yeah, you're gonna shake around on the road when you land, but don't worry, he's gonna drive straight just fine.
The difference is here's the real difference. All right, so Nick Cannon says something, gets fired. He's gonna go home to his mansion and sleep just fine.
Right.
I say something, and I get fired. I'm starting to sell my stuff that same day.
Well, I've always said it's gonna end up being rich versus poor. It's not gonna be nothing of racial lines. It'll be financial lines. Economic lines.
And when you're already the leader of the free world and you want to keep that control, you should. I mean, it's smart thinking. You should allow some of that other group to achieve the same status as you, so then you can create this lower class together.
But if we go back and think about how America is structured, right? Racism is nothing but a class structure.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's all class.
Yeah.
And socioeconomic class at that.
One thing, what really fucked Nick Cannon up probably? When he said something about the Rothschilds. Shut the fuck up.
I'm telling you, bro. Oh my god. That type of shit always bothers me when people.
Do you know how many people done disappeared by trying to catch these people up in some shit?
I'm the most ignorant motherfucker in the world. I know not to say that name in a derogatory way.
That's why I say something like, dude, you're doing too much, man. You're doing too much. You can say that within like a coffee table chat with your homies, kicking back, drinking whiskey. You can go whatever you want.
You know what, man?
These motherfuckers run the world. Shut the fuck up.
What's funny about all of this, man, is like he can honestly say whatever he wants. And I mean, you know what? At the end of the day, great, say all that, but understand that's your words, and we say it all the time. Words have power, and he was shown pretty much who has the power in that one space.
Yeah.
So what he's going to have to do is create a new one, and it looks like people are there to do it. It's just that to kind of go back to your original point, Brian, whether or not we call this a double standard, that's the thing. Because if this is okay, understand, like for example, like people trying to boycott Goya Foods, right?
It's not gonna work. I agree with it, but it's not gonna
I
work.
boycott it because I never bought it.
Right. It's like that same thing. Like, you know, if I know that these they're not the same thing, but they kind of run a strange parallel, because you have the CEO of that company saying that he's, you know, all about the president and what he's done and thanking him for it, and people trying to boycott for that reason.
I want to shoot.
But then you have, you have Nick Cannon.
Oh,
He's got Oprah and Diddy and all that other stuff, and they're trying to build a business with him too. So it's like, if a person doesn't identify with that, you know, with the comments that Nick Cannon has said, and you have these other moguls now following him and saying that, hey, well, we know you got canceled because you said X. We're trying to help you come up. Are they kind of in the same ballpark? You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's like, but now you have people saying like, well, this is different. I'm like,
No, because how many times have you heard Trump and inflammatory statements in the same sentence?
right,
Dude, since he campaigned.
right.
So
And any business that has tried to go alongside him, it's like, we need to boycott that business.
right. So I think it's along the same lines, but the difference is, right or wrong, and I admire your community for this. Right or wrong, y'all right.
Right.
OJ killed that bitch in 1995.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We needed a win after Rodney King, bro.
Did he though?
Rodney King was high, drunk, driving a Hyundai Sonata, and got beat by cops. I think Eddie Griffin said he should have got beat by the cops, but I still ride with him. You know what I mean? It's right or wrong, y'all still ride. In my community, not really, because we're so divided about socioeconomic.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden,
Yeah,
now skin color, which is stupid to me.
Yeah.
Country.
That's colonialism at its finest.
Tribe. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They don't think we're anything. White people still look at Ted Cruz like, you're still not us. And he doesn't get that.
That's why his name is not Raphael.
Right. And he knows that. And that's the thing. He changed his name purposely, and he still doesn't get it.
I guarantee you it was a suggestion.
I mean, yeah, it was, but it's still, but if you're supposed to be riding for your group like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you change your name? Why would you Anglicanize your name? It's for acceptance.
Italian boxers used to do this shit all the time early on when it was just Irish and English people.
Mm-hmm.
They made their names white as fuck.
It was never just Irish and English people.
Say what?
We were always there.
Anyway, I'm around y'all, so I hear, I hear it a lot, like, N-word's always gonna do N-word shit. That's what you motherfuckers say. And my people back home said the same shit. But at the same time, y'all still ride for each other. We don't do that shit. I don't feel like we do that shit. Because again, there's a Goya boycott, but not everybody's boycotting Goya.
Right.
Like there's other places to get adobo, but you motherfuckers don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of in a right, exactly. She said it because like especially on the southeastern seaboard. Those tribes, they tend to be sometimes lighter skinned.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, but even though they're federations, they're still not considered native.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
Well, my point with the whole Nick thing is we can't get upset and scream racism when they start boycotting or speaking against Oprah,
right?
Or Diddy, you know, and they're going to go after Oprah because she's the bigger name and she's the bigger
man.
She would make more of an impact. They can't take Oprah down like nobody can, but if they try, that would be the bigger name.
That'd be the target, right?
Yeah.
They didn't take down Oprah when that whole Harvey Weinstein.
Right. There you go. Oprah is the closest thing. She's got almost as much Teflon as Donald Trump.
She's on another level.
Yeah. Yeah, she all that stuff happened with the Weinstein thing. She was asleep, her phone buzzed. She looked over and looked at it and went back to sleep.
Yeah.
In her comforter made out of 20s.
Right.
Exactly. With Stedman on the end in a collar, sleep on the floor.
She didn't even look at her phone. Hey, Stedman, what'd that say? Okay, cool.
Damn. Oprah got so much money. Stedman even got the whole phone.
Right.
Like Stedman even answered her whole phone. Damn. Sorry. That got off topic.
I still love when Dave Chappelle fucked Oprah.
That would not even shock me. But she just said everybody's trying to connect people to stuff. Like
this lady that knew
Epstein.
Yeah.
Ghislaine Max something.
Yeah, she is shook. Somebody done got to her. They said she was in the house with armed guards outside. So somebody done emailed her or called her and said, "You better not say Trump name."
I saw the first episode of Epstein doc on Netflix.
I can't watch that, man.
Oh my god!
You see what I did there?
Oh my god! No.
I said she done got a phone call. Somebody saying, "You better not say Trump name."
I can't watch that, man. That shit.
I did one episode. I think there's like 3 or 4. I'm like, man,
I'm good.
Man. If you got kids, nieces,
anybody, a female connect in your life. Oh my god,
man.
And you could tell those chicks were ruined. And it's so funny. You see them as kids, they like happy go lucky, like they were gonna do great things, go to college, do whatever you want to do. And they just seem like the person who sit outside and smoke and just think. That's what they look like now. That's what they look like now. They are ruined.
Disgusting,
man. Funny thing about that. It was a deleted scene in Godfather.
Funny thing about that is what he said.
It was funny thing about that is it was a deleted scene in Godfather, but there was a scene. Well, there was a part in the book where it referenced Hollywood pedophilia. Like specific, it didn't say specific, but it really alluded to this little girl just did some dirty shit to this old man. And what that book came out in like 1972.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's been going on forever, man.
Oh yeah, we know.
I think I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, it's terrible, man.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get on that.
I feel dirty. To answer her question, yes, I heard about the Wayfair thing. Yeah. That's trippy.
That's scary because, well, besides already human trafficking American kids, they're doing the shit to fucking the Hispanic kids who are on the border in the cages already. So
we knew it. What's fun is we all were hip to that before. Because like, why are these kids disappearing but didn't disappear Obama? Oh no, they did. No, they didn't.
No, the fuck they didn't.
No, no the fuck they didn't.
No.
Yeah. The Wayfair thing is so fucking weird. Like, you really don't know what to say to the whole thing. Like, they were really naming dressers after kids and raising the prices to represent the kid.
Hey, man.
I mean, the funny thing about conspiracy theories is anything is possible at this point.
Yeah, because some has been proven true. That's why.
You know, and whether or not, you know, it's like.
And Wayfair ain't gonna see. They're not gonna see nothing. They're gonna keep seeing their sales because some people gonna be like, that shit don't mean nothing.
Or they don't care.
They don't fucking care.
That's just like, not to get off. Well, we kind of got off Nick Cannon already, but that's just like the Redskins thing. When I was before they announced that they were officially going to change the name to something else, I saw a guy. I don't know if he was locally, but he responded to one of the local things saying, "Hey, what should they change?" I'm like, "Oh, it doesn't bother me. As long as that no, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect me none." I had to come. I said, "Must be great to sit on that high horse." Dude, like, what the fuck? Like what? What? Because it doesn't affect you.
Maybe I'm gonna consider on this. So I don't have a problem with people wanting to represent their race within whatever sports team, but the Redskins have disrespected Native Americans. I don't know how many years.
Because it's not a tribe, it's not like a chief,
No,
it's not like this. It's not.
They changed the name in the 30s or something. I don't know, something weird, some weird time.
So why would we say let's name them the Tuskegee Airmen? Why?
Yeah, I'm like,
you disrespected a race for this much of time. Why don't you honor this race instead of naming it something else?
Right.
Like,
you know, the funny thing about the entire way that that played out, right, is that I'm certain there was an actuary that literally counted how much money they would stand to lose or gain by changing their name. That was not a position done.
Snyder's a piece of shit.
Yeah, that wasn't done out of the kindness of their heart.
Just in the press release, they pretty much said,
right,
with the letterhead of Redskins still there, by the way.
Yeah,
he pretty much said he didn't want to lose sponsorships, fans, and blah blah blah. I'm like,
that's all it was, man.
Your PR is
printing out all these jerseys.
See, that's the thing. See, but that's the thing, bro. They are going to sell so much merchandise from this because now people are going to have to get rid of their old stuff and going to bring in all that new stuff. So in the process of doing all of this, it is literally a financial decision. They ran the numbers and said, all right, how much money can we stand to lose if we keep this name, given the social commentary that's going on right now, right? So then they went ahead and said, all right, well, if we're going to do it, we can do it now. And at the same time, we'll also be able to generate this amount of revenue because we'll be able to move this number of jerseys, this number of T-shirts. It's all.
I don't understand why they didn't figure that before. I even thought of that years before, and I'm just a lowly person here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Because at the time, they would have probably lost more money if they changed the name just because of the backlash from it.
Oh, they were under Reebok then. They sell better than Nike. Got it.
Right.
Man.
So
I honestly sound stupid, but I think that's probably a thing.
But that's exactly the thing, right? It's all of this is just, it comes down to money. It has nothing to do with them saying, well, we want to, because like you said in the press release, they even brought that point up. It's like, it's all about sponsorships or whatever.
I'm like, PR, you never say that. PR is pretty much lie your ass off to look good. And it's okay in PR. It's okay. But they didn't have enough fucking sense to say, hey, we're doing this because, hey, I'm sorry for what we did before. We should have changed it then. I'm like, why does it make you look bad that you were wrong before? Like, is it that bad? Is it that hard to apologize?
Well,
listen, in 94, St. John changed their name from Red Men to Red Storm.
Red Storm, yeah.
The Redskins had the chance to do that shit, and they fucking didn't.
They missed so much, so many times. Who was that? Jack Kent Cook, or he was gone by then?
I think he was gone by then.
Yeah, okay.
So my point is, I graduated in 94. That's 25 fucking years. 20.
Right.
I'm off on numbers. That's a long time ago.
And you were close.
You had all this fucking time to do this shit and you didn't fucking care. And the bad thing is, Rich said they're gonna bring in new merchandise. I bet you there's gonna be white people and black people that wear the same Redskins gear next year, the year after, because it doesn't affect me. That's what pisses me off.
That pisses me off too.
And people are saying, well, why don't the Braves change their name? I don't have a problem with the Atlanta Braves. What I have a problem with is
Tomahawk chop.
Yeah, well, the trope, the fucking
you talking about the old face they used to have? They don't use that anymore.
The face, well,
they don't use that anymore.
But the Indians should change their name too. But the
Indians,
the chop, and then like naming certain things, like they I don't know if they still do. But
like the Indians, like the Indian, they're big on calling their team the tribe or whatever. You mean stuff like that? Yeah.
Like, all right, tribe. You know that can
That's
go.
That's just like if they had a team named the Black people. Like, yeah, we're called the Posse, the Gang.
Think about tribe. Tribe can be African tribes, Polynesian tribes, Native American tribes. That's okay, big deal. No problem.
And now from South Carolina, we have the Charleston Moon Crickets.
And this escalated. Jesus Christ.
But it's the trope. Christ. It's the way people, the way white people do blackface is the way they do the fucking chop and the way the fucking come in with the headdress and all that shit. Stop that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know any better.
Right, because you're not Nikki Patel, right? Is that wrong? I can't stand her, yo.
I can't either.
Nikki Haley's a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, and she was the idiot who just said because the part owner / senator, part owner of the Atlanta, I forgot Atlanta's team. It's like she shouldn't, she should stand up to that, and because it's their right, and they shouldn't be putting politics in sports. Because the girls wanted to wear Black Lives Matter stuff on their jerseys, and the part owner, who's a senator, didn't agree with it. I'm like,
tell you.
Just tell us you don't like us. I keep saying this every week. Just tell us you don't like us. Don't dance around the shit. Just tell me you don't like me, so I know not to fuck with you. Just tell me.
Or pick the appropriate job. Don't be like a racist and then be like a guidance counselor. Like you can't.
Yeah, don't crip walk around.
You telling the black folk that y'all ain't gonna be shit. You might as well sell some crack and work.
And wasn't she the CEO of Boeing?
No, she was on the board. She's on the board.
That's still a lot.
Do you know how many minorities are in Boeing?
Isn't Boeing on the Dow? Isn't that one of those things on the Dow? Amazon not even on the Dow.
Speaking of which, my Amazon stock has been
the military industrial complex helped them get there.
I'm just like, yo, you bitch, you barking up the wrong fucking tree.
Yeah. Did she get entangled in that tree? No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of entanglement,
hey, it's funny. How are we gonna segue into this?
I was just thinking it too.
Speaking of what?
I said speaking of entanglement.
I said, did she get entangled in that tree?
Oh my God!
Why are we gonna talk about Angel Augustus?
Listen, man, and you know what? I know people's lives are being ruined by this whole thing, but it's so exciting to hear other news happening right now, other than shit. You know?
Yeah.
So
I said it earlier, I just want to get this. I just want to say this real quick. I don't give a fuck about all that. I want to see Breonna Taylor's fucking murderers get arrested.
Yeah,
that's true.
They arrested 85 people out there, and
But yeah, Kenny Stills is a wide receiver in the NFL. He got arrested.
Felony charges. He got felony charges.
He got felony
for what?
Because
participating in intimidating a legal something.
Because Louisville people are a piece of, not people living there, but evident their local government in that state, Kentucky, is just trash. But then I forget we got Rand Paul and Moscow Mitch, so that makes sense.
Well, Trump.
Thank you, Emma. Drop your Amazon stocks.
What? No, the fuck they what?
People are putting everything out there.
Well, see, but you got to remember the thing about Amazon. Amazon does third-party sales. That's not necessarily Amazon because they'll.
Doesn't matter.
But all that stuff is in the warehouse. Could you imagine being a picker in Amazon and having to go get a baby?
Not well, but that's the thing weird about all this stuff.
Wait, what?
Because have y'all seen like there are T-shirts? Like someone had like a mask that had like a swastika, but it was like Trump 2020 written in the middle of it. So yeah, but so it's like I'm not saying that it excuses any of it, but keep in mind it's like Amazon. Honestly, all Amazon's probably doing is like, oh, we have a new product, throw it in the warehouse, and then what happens is that people then find out about it, and then that's how it gets removed. That stuff was like stuff with Trump, the like for example, that mask that had that Trump stuff on it. That's been there for months. It's just
years ago, Walmart used to get in trouble because they're third party stuff,
right?
Like that
it's
too.
It's the same thing. I'm not necessarily saying that it's excusable, but just keep in mind that it ain't necessarily Amazon. That's the one that
people got to remember. The buyers don't necessarily. The CEO doesn't look at every fucking SKU that's being sold.
Right.
The buyers are the ones that are the idiots on those parts.
Mm-hmm.
Not the consumer, but the buyer for the company.
They know the money. I get it.
Again?
Bezos, whatever the fuck.
Bezos.
He ain't gonna say no to money. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a reason people go to Thailand to fuck little boys because they can't do it here. So stop doing the shit here or promoting it here like Amazon's doing.
I want to talk about entanglement now because it's getting scary for me.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just saying, if you put it on the website, it's kind of like promoting. That's all.
I got you. But let's talk about people whose business got spilled on the street, and now it seems to be everybody else's business.
Black Twitter owns it now.
Yeah,
this is gonna be the third week in a row we talked about them. This has been a hot topic.
Did we talk about this on the show already?
We talked about, at the end of last two episodes. We talked about them.
I don't give a fuck about Augusta.
But that was before the last Friday that happened. Yeah.
Red table. So, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Whoa. Now they're talking about the whole thing with August Amazon, and I can't never remember this dude's name.
Alcina.
There we go.
We're not saying the name right.
John Cena.
I'm playing the straight guy. Thanks.
So now the thing is they're coming out with all the stuff about Will because they can't let Jada go down by herself. Will gotta have done something.
Right.
What you do, Will?
Say nothing.
And his hoes ain't say shit.
They were quiet. You could hear a rat. You could honestly heard a rat piss on cotton.
I mean, you know what it is. Have you seen that house? I'd shut the fuck up just so I can use the
Wait. Jada did some shit. Jada's not gonna sit there and let Will fuck all of these bitches.
I mean,
all of Jada's hoes was quiet until this bitch.
Oh yeah, I've. Okay, I'm back like cook crack. And I never said Jada did this one thing and then it just got spilled. I'm saying this is the first person that has been entangled with these guys that have come out. I mean, we've been talking about them doing stuff outside the marriage for years.
Yeah,
and now
literally
they gave us a window into that because when Will said that he was done with her, so it's like, well, okay, so he was done. But now you have this guy out here saying, here's what makes this whole thing funny, right? Is that August is Jada's son's friend, right?
Yeah.
Think about how awkward that has to be, knowing that at some point, August is going to make some offhand comment about your mom, knowing he tagged her box.
And you know why some of the dudes are mad? Some of the dudes jealous because we was going to our friends' houses when we was young for the same shit. Your mama fine, your mama fine.
I didn't
but never was able to. You had no friends with a fine mama.
Right.
How the fuck is Brian a Savage listening to Boyz II Men?
He just slipped that one in there. Ooh, boy.
I want to hold your hand.
Ooh, boy.
She belongs to
But I don't. Anyway, back to what I was saying. We all had one. He might not have been like a good friend, but he was a friend, and his mama was fine. And we go over there and play Nintendo and Sega, knowing his mama was going to be in the house.
I didn't go over there, but yeah, I got you.
But I understand your point.
So we all kind of like hating on this dude right now just because he lived the fantasy that we had.
I'm not hating on him. I'm mad that he didn't play the game right. Shut the fuck up.
Thank you. Exactly what I said. You didn't play the game right. That's what everybody's been saying on so many shows. You didn't play the game right, young fella.
And then
you
he
didn't play the game right.
Why? Why are you going to Keke Palmer?
Oh, the Kiki thing is stupid.
Because people were rumored that they were messing around a long time ago.
You need to shut the fuck up.
First of all,
what's up
Kiki's
with
a
that?
nut. Kiki's like
Kiki getting them coins though. Kiki on like Good Morning, the extended Good Morning America thing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with Kiki. She I think she'll stab a nigga real quick.
You like
any chick that cute with low titties would stab a nigga.
I might have to call it a night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Call it a night. Bye. Bye.
You can find our podcast.
Oh my god. I don't talk. Nope.
Kiki's not gonna be on this show.
Man,
who the fuck wants her on this show?
I would.
Okay.
This is going left real quick. But yeah, he did. He broke the rule. So now dudes are probably having to sign NDA.
The show gonna get canceled.
I mean, Trump did it. The fuck?
What happened? I'm missing.
You remember when Chris Rock did that joke about he was talking to the kids about he was like, what you gonna do walking out here doing drugs and walking the streets and blah blah blah. I could be president. Yeah, he said I could be mayor. And I was president.
That's true. Damn, man. Oh wow.
That was Marion Barry.
Yeah.
But they said that man looked like a big wig. But anyway.
I
think we should probably leave the whole Will thing alone. Like did he huh?
It's to me it's stupid. Like if y'all saw even the memes on the red table where he's just sad.
Right.
He was fucking around for 20-something years.
That's still his wife. Like that's still likelihood his best friend. Like fam, it still hurt no matter if it's
right.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself out there to be a meme.
Yeah.
Especially those nights where you know she was like chilling with him and the kids, and you know at some point she probably did something. She came in and kissed you on your mouth.
Oh, think about it like this. Everybody knows anybody they've been with has a past, right? All right, run into her with the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband. All right, it is whatever. But when it's somebody that's been around that you thought was not a threat, that has done something with that person, it becomes a whole different situation in your heart and in your head.
Threat.
Huh?
Jada's attractive. You had to know.
Very.
You had to.
But in your mind, you'd be like, that's my son. My son.
No, fuck that. Your son.
Now I see the thing is
born to be like.
No, I'm just saying he ain't a threat, but it's like you think you don't compartmentalize it that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't think like, oh well, my dad have been one of the last niggas I thought she was gonna fuck. That's what I'll be thinking.
That's yeah.
Mark is probably right too. But I mean, I don't.
It was no prenup. Oh, that was like 96, 97 they got married. So yeah, that wasn't the thing.
Bro, this is one of the situations that they had. It was an agreement that they had. They knew who was doing what. And it was just keep it behind closed doors. That's all you got to do. Will is pissed because it got out.
Yes,
they were aware of this whole thing,
but I still think based on his reactions, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Based on reactions, it's still like a button being pressed.
You have to play that part. Will is an
No,
amazing actor.
Nah, man. Nah, Brian. I'm
No,
not
it's-
on that one.
It's
Nah.
public appearance.
Nah.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Will Smith is not that great of an actor.
Now you look in that man's eyes. That man had hurt.
He is an NN. I know what that means.
Yeah, no, Will Smith was hurt. Like there was no way around that. Like you could see, like there was seething anger in his eyes.
It was
pain.
anger because he was up here on TV having to talk about some shit that was supposed to stay under wraps. That was hurt.
I agree. That's part of it too.
That's part of
I
it.
agree. That's part of it.
That's
too.
part of it. But at the same time, you know what I found funny about the whole thing though is that Will had like anger and sadness all through his face. Jada looked like she didn't give a shit
Because Jada was red hot because she's up here on public TV having to talk about this shit. And Jada's probably one of them women that gets so mad she just gets quiet.
So when is Augustus Aurelius going to die?
Aurelius?
I'm not going to say his name right. He's a bitch to me.
I'm with Emma on that. That is a toxic part about this whole thing.
Boom.
I get it.
That I would have to say that is probably the most ain't shit part about all of it is the fact that it's kind of like you know how we sometimes talk about how if a woman's going through something and then it's like dude be like, hey baby, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna make you feel better for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't.
Jada kind of played that same card, and I mean my man was weak. So
yeah,
I don't know. Agamemnon just fucked up. So
and she was weak in the loins.
Right.
I'm not
I
buying that.
think
Not buying it.
Nah, man.
Not.
I don't know.
I mean, but it's a crime of proximity.
At the end of the day, Jada got money. Will got money. Agamemnon ain't got shit but a bullshit album.
He making up words I ain't never heard before. Now
Agamemnon is the
All I'm
fucking
saying,
king of Mycia during the Trojan. Nothing.
yeah, all I'm saying is flowers for Algernon. New.
I'm making up words.
Why?
Next name is gonna be Al Jazeera.
Fuck it, Al Jazeera.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
A little
I'm not
bug.
saying it's no.
But we all agree, like, dude,
I think
you're like this low on the scale, like what
Let's-
you can really deal
let's
with.
put that into perspective, though. Maybe at the same time, maybe a little part of him was using her to get publicity. A nut.
I don't think that she was going at it from a standpoint. I mean, we're all speculating here, right? Like I don't think she was doing that for publicity's sake or revenge or whatever. It's like he was there. He was accessible.
I don't think it was any kind of taken advantage of because I don't know any man, depressed, not depressed, manic depressant, super depressant, undepressed, who would turn down Jada Pinkett
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
and be in the same situation. Anybody would think they was in love after they did it twice. It only take two.
So
I could have just came out the pool. We're gonna get it right at some point.
I think Jada got some of that Badu stuff going on.
Whoa, chill out.
Oh my. Okay.
Nope.
Did you see this nigga in the interview? His hair was
I don't
afro
fucking care.
and two
Yo.
ponytails, and it was perfect.
His hair annoys me. He gets his hair done better than 99% of the women like I see that don't have just put braids in. Like, come on, man. Like, dude, too much stuff going to your hair.
Wait a minute.
You know what happened? You know how that happened?
Mark is playing the marriage counselor right now. Shut the
That
fuck up.
happened because of that Jada stuff. Thank you.
What did we say about Nick Cannon this morning? Oh, that was yesterday morning about him. No,
I don't
this
know.
morning. We talked about Erica Badu. Was that this morning?
I don't remember.
That was me and Brian. That was before. That was early.
I mean, that's a fantasy. I hope you understand. Like, for many 13, 14-year-old kids, that is a pure fantasy. I hope I go to my friend's house for a sleepover and his mama come in here.
God damn it.
That is pure fantasy.
Ryan went from that to Boys to Men. I don't understand.
God damn it. There's nothing wrong with listening to Boys to Men.
No. That's why the mom put you in the friend zone instead of fucked you.
Oh, shit.
Anyway. So
Yo, sorry. What was that? Y'all did the exact same thing. in
Anyway.
2 quotes. Wow.
what do you say?
I'm supposed to gangbang.
That's gonna be it. If somebody's smoking and drinking at the same time, I'm calling it gangbanging now.
Yo, let's talk about
There we go.
what the fuck happened with Smokey Robinson, man. Come
What
on,
was that? 04 you said, Brian?
That was
Yeah, that-
2004.
2004.
I'm happy I
Yeah.
missed that in college.
That is entirely too soon to be putting out a shitty video.
Thank
like
God YouTube wasn't around yet. Whoo, boy, I missed that.
It was. I think YouTube was around.
Maybe 05, maybe we just missed it.
But how did we miss that?
We just missed it.
I
How?
don't know.
Because
I
it
don't know if
wasn't-
anybody's seen this, but if y'all are watching this, I want you to go to a video by Smokey Robinson called "Gangbanging," which sounds horrible. Don't go to Google and type Smokey Robinson gangbanging. Go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube because your safe search might not be
Yeah.
on.
And we're talking about a Motown legend.
Huh?
We're talking about a Motown legend.
But see, and this is what I hate about like Hollywood and the big lights, big city. Hollywood will try to squeeze every dollar out of whatever product they can.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's to the detriment of the artist. They made Ray Charles look like a gimmick in the 90s,
Pepsi. Yeah.
with the Pepsi thing. Yeah. And they tried to Prince. That's what I loved about Prince. He tried not to make his music be able to be used in that kind of thing. But right after he died and his family
Yeah, I
got
feel some type of way of his shit being commercials. I don't know why.
So they'll bleed you, and something about when they do it, it kind of takes something away from the artist. And that shit Smokey did was horrible.
Hey, that Smokey Robinson shit was like Richard Pryor in The Toy. That was like, have you ever watched The Toy? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, kind of you sold out, and it's like, come on, man, you're a legend. You don't have to do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know about it. Ryan posted in the fucking chat.
It looked like one of those work really situations where like you go to make a video for the shit you did.
Oh my god, it's just that's terrible, man. Smokey was like, man, if Patti LaBelle comes out and do some shit with Megan Thee Stallion, I'm gonna be pissed.
Patty had tried to do the whole hip hoppy comeback in the 90s.
Shut the fuck up. Say what?
Not recently. It was like in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Doesn't matter. Patti LaBelle needs to shut the fuck up in that point too.
If they can squeeze money out of them, they will. Imagine some of these guys like 30 years from now that are still gonna be around. They're gonna still be trying to make rap. Jay-Z, they still gonna be trying to squeeze albums out of this nigga.
Nah, he's gonna be that one. Nah. I can't see Big Pimpin' working in 20 years. Nah.
He good.
No.
Now, if you said Nas, maybe.
Right.
I don't think Nas is there yet.
Them pies are trash, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Hot, shitty trash. I think people just like saying, I like Patti LaBelle pies. And that's why they kept eating them shit.
Because they don't know. You're right. I hate when Hollywood or society in general makes legends into gimmicks.
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle's more than just fucking pies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
George Foreman is more than fucking grills.
Yeah.
So,
but that grill was in a very good.
Grill was tight, but
let's sleep on it now.
Shaq has done in the NBA. Shaq changed the direction of the NBA. But now they got him right. Well, it might be him. He might be in control of the shit that he advertises.
Oh no, he's in control.
He's in these general commercials and all this other shit, and people don't realize what he did.
Listen, Shaq got an NBA. I think I can't tell you when he did it. He's got his hands everywhere. So Shaq's in control of his money. They're
Yeah.
not in control of him.
He's a gimmick because he allows himself to be.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's a giant. On top of that, he's a giant personality. So,
In the literal sense.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they did it, Little Richard. They turned him into a gimmick. But I think
you're right. Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but wasn't he kind of a gimmick anyway?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't feel like he should have been.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people still waiting for this Little Richard movie. I don't think you're ready for that.
Who's
But I
supposed
think
to
there's
say
a lot
that?
of people. Huh?
Who's
Leon already did that. What do you mean?
Did Leon do it? No, he didn't.
Oh,
Yes, he did. Leon did a Little Richard movie in like 2000.
Did he?
Yeah, Robert Townsend produced it.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
I think there need to be a better one because
That was one of those TV ones where everybody
Yeah,
was
they
on
did
that TV movie.
There you go. Then we need to,
That's like
I don't want to
fucking-
take. I don't want to take the work from Robert Townsend.
Oh, I wasn't saying there shouldn't be the one. I was just saying one been done.
I'll say this real quick.
Uh-oh, I'm a
That
fight.
man made some trash shit. Like he was early Tyler Perry.
So you trying to tell me the 5 heartbeats ain't banging?
Not everything. Not everything.
Oh, I'm about to fight you.
Yeah, that's why he said some.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
I don't like Robert Townsend as far as some of the things he put out. I don't like, but
Hey.
he give people opportunities, and you can't front on that ever.
Oh no! I can't.
Him and
I
Keith
can't.
were Eddie Murphy's right-hand man back in the day.
I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
Townsend put out Hollywood Shuffle. That's when he.
Classic.
I think that's when
And
he
that's
said,
what-
"I realized I can put out my own shit."
Yeah, because he
Fuck
was trying to
him.
be in a movie, and they had him in chains and shit, and he was like, "I can do my own movie." So yeah,
Right.
I respect him for that stuff. But like,
Holiday Heart. Holiday
Wait.
Heart is a Robert Townsend movie.
we just
Wait,
ain't
who-
Holiday
Holiday
Heart. You know Holiday Heart?
Wait, that was Robert Townsend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Queen Latifah's biopic?
I'll fucking fight you.
Oh damn it! I like Queen Latifah.
You are a toxic person. I just saw that down.
Who fucking scored?
That talking to Sosa. Hey, if you eat Taco Bell, you're mess society. Who said Taco Bell? I must have missed it.
Oh, we were talking about that just now. Little Richard.
No, Little Richard did Taco Bell commercials.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, like I said, he's done some trash shit. Like a lot of his stuff is epic, but Meteor Man, Holiday Heart.
God.
Meteor Man, I swore was gonna be dope, but then I saw I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
I knew that shit was
I
gonna be
didn't
true.
think that was gonna be dope. Like
Because
for a second.
everybody was in it. You gotta remember, man, we had a lot of black shit back
Right.
then. To see that many black people in the movie,
You know
like,
what?
Another Bad Creation was in it, for goodness sake.
It's you know what is a thinking about that. You're right. It's funny how like the pendulum has swung.
It was
right?
different. Yeah.
Right. And then looking at where we are now to literally we can create. My wife and I talk about this all the time is how technology is honestly the great equalizer. Like we can pretty much make a really solid production now with significantly less equipment that you need to be able to do the same level of production. Like for example, Netflix put out that trailer for what was the name of that movie? Power,
the OJ movie.
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, the Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
movie,
that
right?
looked dope.
But think about it, right? Netflix is putting together and that entire production without a studio.
Oh, that's a Netflix movie?
That's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I need to get my sound bar right there.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, like, I don't think we are at a point now where all of the things are in place to where pretty much we can do whatever we want. It's just, again, people have got to run the numbers and say whether or not it's profitable or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We're way better than Meteor Man.
But yeah, it's funny too because, like you said, Robert Townsend puts out a lot. You said he put out a lot of trash. Tyler Perry.
I think he's done better than. I'm sorry. I think Keenan's done better than Robert Townsend, but Tyler might be under Robert Townsend.
Okay.
What? Slow down, what, motherfucker? Go to sleep.
Slow down, son. You're killing them. Who filling them with octane? Sorry.
Yeah, I think the majority of Tyler's. I don't like the majority of his stuff.
Neither do I.
You know, I
Tyler
watch
Perry
a
now?
movie. Yeah, I might
I don't
watch
like
a movie
any of
and
it,
like
mostly.
giggle a couple of times, but I mean, it's nothing that I'm going to watch twice.
Nah.
He the only movie that I actually will say that I liked of his is The Family That Prays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only movie.
Legitimately actually say it's a good movie, but
The
most of those
Only other thing, the Why Did I Get Married? The first one was okay. Second one was stupid.
I didn't see it.
It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, the Medea stuff I can't get into at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, but you know what? But again, you know, this is kind of bringing that other stuff back, like we talked about, is that, you know, he did those movies to get that bag, to be self-sufficient, to do the stuff he's doing now.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, ain't great.
I know, but yeah, I mean, that's all. That's
So yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm lying.
I can be an unbiased participant. So, do we have any shotgun topics?
So do you think that you have to sell out? Not, I don't want to say sell out.
Sell out. Yeah, I want to say sell out.
But do you think that you have to do some things that you wouldn't ordinarily do or you didn't plan on doing in your career in order to get where you have to be or where you want to be? Like, is it a necessary part of it?
I think it's faster. I think there's definitely speed. It's more efficient if you do it that way. Now, to be honest, it's funny about how we work, because we say we want someone to do the things like be authentic and be real and all this other stuff, but if someone comes at it from that angle, it's like it doesn't get the same amount of attention. So you have to in a space, right? Because if we take Tyler Perry as an example, right, he had to appeal to a large group of people. So
fuck the Medea movies.
Yeah, things are trash. But you had to, but he had to appeal to a wide base, right? So as you grow that group, right, you gain a following. And I mean, I know, the only reason why I'm thinking about this stuff because I like reread the 48 Laws of Power, and one of them is to build a cult-like following. So then when you get to a certain point,
I think I read them things once a month. Yeah.
So then when you get to a certain point, you can do whatever you want. So
I don't know. What Brian asked was, do you have to sell out to get the bag?
But not sell out. Let's not say sell out.
Yeah, well, I'll say sell out because to get the bag, maybe. To achieve legendary status, I don't think so.
Agreed. I will agree with you there.
Paul Mooney didn't make the money that other comedians made, but Paul Mooney has a certain respect within the community where don't fuck with him.
Right.
But at some point, Paul Mooney asked somebody if they could give him a chance. And he had to do some things that he probably didn't want to do.
I don't think he did.
You think he just danced by the beat of his own drum his entire career?
I think he did, because look who he wrote for.
Right.
Even Richard Pryor, they tried to make him conform because he had that TV show real quick.
Oh, the Richard, his hour-long show, whatever.
Yeah, his hour.
He only had like 10 episodes, maybe.
Exactly. He couldn't deal with it. He was like, I can't do what you want me to do. So I'm gonna do me. And if y'all cancel me, oh the fuck well. And he's still a legend. Red Fox, same shit. Maybe he sold out a little bit because he had Sanford and Son for a long time. I don't know. I don't know that history. I'm still researching that. But
even Sanford and Son, you could still get some of Red Fox out of that. So he had full control.
You think he had? I don't think he had full control.
No.
We're talking about the 70s where it was still.
Yeah, it was 10 times harder for anybody of any shade of anything to get anywhere other than a white man could be. So, of course, I think he had to do some things that he might not have wanted to do
Yeah.
early in his career
I
in order to
think-
get to the point where he didn't have to do anything.
And we go back to Nick Cannon. He had to shut the fuck up early on.
Mhm.
If he thought the things he did now, he would have to not say that shit early on to get wherever he was going. Because if y'all remember, he was in like it was a small part, but he was in Men in Black 2, where we're like, all right, we're introducing him as the next Will Smith. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was a small part,
Mhm.
but you know, so
Yeah, I
you
remember
have to
hearing
be
that.
quiet and not say you don't make waves.
Right.
Mhm.
Now you got your money, you got your experience. Say what the fuck you want to say.
I think it's like with any of us, right? It's like we are working to the point of where
Oh, they all sold out.
we're working to the point where it's like you want to be able to do the things that you want, and you don't have dependence on someone else telling you where you're like how you're going to get your money, right?
Mhm.
So at some point, it's like with Nick Cannon, even to us, right? How many of us would actually like to be financially secure to then say, if you wanted to have the option where you didn't have to go to work, you'd simply be like, if you knew for a fact right now that you didn't have any concerns with how you get your bread, ain't nobody, you're not going to sit there and tell me that most of us will probably still continue doing the things that we're doing, right?
Nope.
So
You're right.
in the same vein with
If I won the lottery, I'd keep working.
right.
Motherfucker, why?
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
So you're
With a discount.
ain't doing some bullshit because you bored? Nigga, no.
You start
Never work again. But anyway, I understand what you're saying though.
Right.
Anybody got any shotgun topics before we leave, or you still want to continue? You got anything else you want to add?
I think we're good. I might have tried to say something when I was sober, but I don't know.
Motherfucker sound inebriated.
Got that
A little
lean
bit.
going.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. Drinking that drink.
The intervention for our friend. The intervention for our friend, that damn Sosa, will be at the Levi Park.
Being so well, you want to talk about Kanye real quick?
Oh yeah, that won't take long.
He's an attention whore, and
Yep.
what people don't understand is he's always been an attention whore.
Mm-hmm.
That whole shit with what's mayonnaise? What's her name?
Kim Kardashian.
No, the other one. He interrupted her speech.
Oh,
Taylor
Taylor
Swift. You're not
Yeah,
gonna talk about
yeah,
Taylor
her.
Swift like that. She riding for the cause right now.
No, she
Oh,
is.
now y'all good with Taylor Swift? Oh,
I'm just kidding.
So the point is, even that
yeah,
was
give
what,
me some free
12 years
Yeezys
ago?
so I can sell them.
That was what 12 years ago.
Right.
He's always,
Damn, really?
people don't understand. He's always been like that. If y'all stop paying him attention, he's gonna say something crazy or do something crazy. Yada yada yada.
okay.
He didn't
He
fucking.
statistically couldn't even have come close to even doing anything because he was so late. That's why I knew it was bullshit.
Right.
Not even statistically, by law in states, he couldn't even get on the ballot. Sorry,
Right.
it didn't even get written in. It wouldn't count. So
Let's
my
think
fault.
about it. Before he married the plastic sex doll, what was-
you can't. He gonna let him get talking.
what was he doing?
Dating Amber Rose.
Exactly. I'm not saying she's natural, but then he went to the sex doll. Come on, man.
All right, so I think Kanye is a seriously mentally disturbed brother, and we really need to start addressing
Nope.
mental health of our black
I
men,
don't think so.
because
I
this
think
is
he
an
just shit.
example of somebody being under duress and needing help, nobody helping them, and then just doing shit, random
He's in
shit.
a circle that ain't seem like they ain't trying to.
The
Man.
witches that fell on that motherfucker.
But
He
it's
always
on you.
trying to
You
tell
see,
you,
the thing is,
Oh.
women like Jada can do it to you and hypnotize you with the but a Kardashian has to put the hypnotism and the magics on you.
I don't
Why you
know.
talking
I
like
saw
Bill?
the tape and it
I
was
was,
trash.
hey, so I was like,
Why are you talking like Bill?
why you bringing in your best Bill Cosby impression?
You can't say
Because Brian uses Spanish fly.
Not anymore.
I can't
All
wait.
Whoa,
It's time for us to
whoa.
shut this feed down.
Whoa.
Shut up.
Time to go,
Anyway.
guys.
Yeah.
We're at
Yeah,
hour, hour 24.
Yeah,
anyway.
Kanye, honestly, that's just hilarious.
Kanye's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, Rob.
Hey,
Rob, hey, what you been?
Rob, we were about to sign off.
Yeah.
Rob, hope you're feeling better, man.
Yeah, man.
Right.
I think it's been
I hope your
14
family's
days, right?
Should have been close. No, I think it's only been 7, ain't it? It was only last week.
Holy
I
shit.
think it was last.
Yeah, so only
Yeah.
7.
So we can't bring you on the podcast until you quarantine.
We gotta remember, man.
We
it's
got to
like,
do it another night if we're going to get Rob on there.
hey, man.
Rob doing a show on Wednesdays, remember?
Shit, I'll do
Yeah.
a show with Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
What'd you say?
Hey, listen. Kanye's piece of shit. He's an attention whore. If he was
Talking about the wife getting this people out of jail.
I'm on Saturday. Cool.
Yeah.
We all need to get together and get a drink 6 feet apart.
I guess we're going to be in a parking
We just
lot.
all yelling at each other. You
Right.
want another beer? Yeah. Throw one down here. Shotgun it.
I'm down, Rob. I'm down.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. So if y'all want to hear any of the audio from the first 115 shows that we've done, they're all on social medias, such as
Pornhub.
Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts.
Well, Google Play Music about to go to Google Podcasts.
You either Google Podcast, and I don't know if they're doing anything with YouTube Music or not.
Not sure, but it'll be a Google Podcast. You can listen to it now and there.
Yeah.
Okay, Google Podcasts.
Spotify.
And there was one more. SoundCloud. And of course, the video, all of our videos are on our YouTube page. So if you go to the YouTube page, like, share, comment, do whatever you want to do, and watch the shows. And we'll be back next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. I honor at you all.
We're trying to get a website, but these dudes are dragging on their pictures. So
I got pictures.
Nigga, I got pictures. Take them shits off my Facebook page.
I don't need no.
I'll send you
Anyway,
some.
I'll let y'all. This is a post-show conversation. So I'm just gonna hit